All right, let's dive right into this explainer and talk about that one person we all know. You know exactly the one I'm talking about. They're never really stressed, and they're definitely not bragging about taking a 4 a.m. ice bath for the sake of hustle culture. Yet, they just keep winning. They snag the promotions. Their businesses blow up. Their ideas spread like wildfire, and their lives just seem to move forward effortlessly. Meanwhile, pretty much everyone else feels completely trapped in this exhausting, endless cycle of just trying to work harder.
So, we really have to kick things off by asking a pretty uncomfortable question. What if success actually isn't mostly about effort? Seriously, we have to challenge this deeply ingrained equation that society has literally drilled into our heads from day one. This idea that staying busy, sleeping way less, and just grinding harder automatically equals more results. Now, I get it, it sounds logical, right? And sure, sometimes it does work, but only up to a very specific point. What if the real advantage isn't working harder, but thinking entirely differently?
Think about it like this. Imagine two people trying to push this giant, massive boulder up a super steep hill. One person just puts their head down and pushes with all their raw strength for 10 agonizing hours. The other person, while they step back, spend 30 minutes just scouting around for a smoother, better path, and then they push for 2 hours. Who actually reaches the top first? It's kind of crazy. Because human nature makes us instinctively admire that first person. We absolutely applaud the sweat and the sheer grit. But the reality is, the world actually rewards the second person.
So the absolutely crucial takeaway here is that yes, effort matters, but direction matters so much more. This is basically the very first secret of people who consistently win. They optimize before they maximize. While most people immediately jump right in and ask, how can I work harder? The winners just hit pause. They step back and ask a completely different question. They ask, should I even be working on this? They obsess over their direction long before they ever apply the effort.
Section 1. Decisions over unnecessary action. The Grandmaster Advantage.
Let's think about a chess grandmaster for a second. They don't win a match because they make more moves than the person sitting across from them. They win because they make better moves. An average player looks at the board and simply reacts to whatever just happened. But the grandmaster, they look at the board and predict what's going to happen. They are using the exact same number of turns, but the outcome is completely different. And you know what? Life works the exact same way. Better decisions compound significantly faster than harder work ever could.
Now let's look at this fascinating psychological concept known as decision fatigue. Every single decision you make, no matter how tiny, consumes a little fraction of your mental energy. What should I wear today? What am I grabbing for breakfast? Should I reply to this email right now or just leave it for later? By noon, a lot of people have already completely burned through the brain power they actually need for the truly important decisions.
And honestly, this is exactly why consistent winners simplify their repetitive choices. You've probably noticed highly successful people wearing the exact same outfit every day or eating the same meals. It's not because they lack imagination or just can't decide. It's actually because they fiercely protect their decision-making. It is their most valuable resource. They know for a fact that every single unnecessary decision steals focus away from a genuinely important one.
Moving on to Section 2. Busyness versus true progress, escaping the dopamine trap.
Just think about your last really exhausting day at work. You answered dozens of messages, you got your inbox to zero, and hey, maybe you spent 2 solid hours color-coding your digital folders. You literally collapsed into bed feeling super productive. But why? Well, our brains absolutely love checking boxes. It triggers this amazing dopamine reward. But here's the catch. Your brain does not care at all if the task was actually important. Color-coding folders feels amazing, but it changes absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. Busyness creates the feeling of achievement, but progress creates actual achievement. If you want to escape this trap, you have to change your core metric. If someone walked up to you at the end of that incredibly busy day and asked, hey, what actually moved your life forward today? Could you give them a straight answer right away? People who consistently win, they don't ask, what can I finish today? Instead, they ask this one, highly clarifying question. What will matter 6 months from now? Just that one tiny shift in perspective, it changes everything about how you approach your day.
Section 3. Protecting your attention. The leaky bucket.
The truth is, your attention is under relentless, constant attack. Social media, breaking news alerts, random messages, targeted ads. And these aren't just accidental distractions, right? They are incredibly sophisticated systems designed by brilliant engineers to keep you hooked. The crazy part is, they don't even need all of your attention. They just need to poke tiny little holes in the bottom of your bucket to continuously interrupt your deep thinking. Sure, individually, one notification seems totally harmless, but string them all together and they make it literally impossible to ever fill your bucket.
So, winning without working harder really just means protecting your focus better than everyone else around you. It's all about sealing up those tiny holes in your bucket, because at the end of the day, deep, focused work beats scattered, distracted effort. Every single time. Section 4. Systems, consistency, and identity. The psychological defenses.
Let's be real, most of us want results right this second. But winners, they are completely comfortable looking a little foolish today if it means becoming exceptional tomorrow. It's exactly like planting a tree. You wouldn't go out into your yard and dig up the seed every single morning just to check if the roots are growing, right? No, you trust the process. The reality is, consistency looks incredibly boring, right up until the exact day that everyone suddenly decides to call it an overnight success.
Check out the pattern here. It's fascinating. Average performers react emotionally to situations, while high performers respond strategically. When someone criticizes them, an average person usually gets super defensive, but the winner, they get curious. They ask, hey, is there something useful in this? When someone else succeeds, the average person compares themselves and gets jealous. The winner studies that success to figure out what they did differently. And when someone fails, average folks might laugh or feel a little superior, while the winner quietly observes to learn what mistakes to avoid. To a winner, every single situation is just valuable data. Literally nothing is wasted.
All right, we need to completely bust a really popular myth right now. The idea that successful people are just naturally more confident or highly motivated. Nope, the truth is they are simply way less dependent on confidence. Motivation is purely emotional. It comes and goes, and waiting around to feel ready is pretty much the fastest way to stay stuck forever. Successful people build systems instead. These are automatic psychological behaviors. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't wake up needing to watch an intense motivational video on YouTube just to go brush your teeth, right? You just do it. It's automatic. The strongest habits require the absolute least amount of willpower. Winning isn't about becoming some superhuman who is constantly pumped up. It's simply about engineering your life to make good behavior easier to do than bad behavior.
But to actually build those systems, we have to face a pretty uncomfortable truth. A lot of people secretly kind of enjoy the struggle. I mean, not consciously, obviously, but psychologically, absolutely. Because struggle creates an identity. We use phrases like, oh, I'm just so busy, or I'm completely overwhelmed right now, or I'm really trying my best. And yeah, those phrases definitely earn us some sympathy from our friends, but they also act as this invisible prison. If your core identity depends on being seen as the hardest worker in the room, you are going to subconsciously resist becoming the smartest worker. Changing your strategy means you actually have to let go of an old identity. And that right there is exactly why real growth often feels so incredibly uncomfortable at first.
Finally, Section 5, the ultimate mindset shift, thinking in decades.
The vast majority of people out there are thinking in days. They're really just trying to survive until Friday. But listen, if you make every decision based only on how this particular week feels, you're probably going to skip the gym, you'll definitely stop investing, and you'll give up on learning that hard new skill. Healthy, long-term decisions often feel entirely unrewarding in the short term. Winners, however, think in decades. They literally reverse the human instinct for immediate gratification. They plant seeds today that their future selves will thank them for, even when today's version of them doesn't get to see a single instant reward.
So, the ultimate secret hiding underneath everything we've unpacked in this explainer today is this. The people who always seem to win aren't actually avoiding hard work. They are avoiding unnecessary hard work. And there is a massive difference there. They still work intensely, but only after they've chosen the exact right direction. They lock down their attention before they even try to manage their time. They upgrade their decisions before they increase their effort. And they build rock-solid systems before they ever go chasing motivation. From the outside looking in, yeah, it looks completely effortless. But it's not effortless at all. It is highly, highly intentional.
You know, the biggest lie we've ever been sold is that success belongs to the person who sacrifices the absolute most. But the truth is so much more interesting than that. Success belongs to the person who understands themselves better than everyone else. Your biggest competition isn't the smarter guy or the luckier girl. It's against the older version of yourself, the one that keeps confusing movement with actual progress. So here's what I want you to take away from all this today. Are you ready to stop asking, how can I work harder, and finally start asking, how can I think better? Because when you get right down to it, winners don't escape hard work. They escape wasted effort. And that realization, that changes absolutely everything.